Too often, the media loves to scare us because nothing sells like bad news. One local rule in Miami is, if it bleeds, it leads.
In the U.S., no-go zones are a common topic.
To be clear, there is no formal designation of these zones in either country. There are certainly areas of high crime in Europe, as there are in the United States and other countries.
I think that's dangerous. I think it's dangerous in America. I think it's dangerous in Europe.
These neighborhoods that you're talking about, these so-called no-go zones, are they in London? Are they in Birmingham? Are they in other cities? Have you spoken?
Wynwood used to be a no-go zone. It was an abandoned warehouse district and no one ventured there after dark. It was full of crime and had a horrible reputation. But now it's Miami's hippest neighborhood. It's full of art galleries, restaurants, bars, and tourists. New Orleans, otherwise known as the Big Easy, the Crescent City, and the city that care forgot. A city famous for its history, legendary nightlife, and cuisine. Tourists flock to the French Quarter, the Garden District, and the Central Business District in droves. It is also the birthplace of jazz music, and hosts USA's largest carnival, Mardi Gras. If you're here expecting a video about the aforementioned topics, then I suggest you go somewhere else on YouTube. Instead, I'll be focusing on the lower Ninth Ward of New Orleans. This area was mostly unknown to most people until disaster struck in 2005 with Hurricane Katrina. This was the worst hit area, and images of a city underwater were broadcast all over the world. The media sensationalized it even more by reporting that the lower Ninth Ward had descended into anarchy, with unverified reports of looting and murder going on. So-called religious leaders such as Pat Robertson and John Hagee, who never missed an opportunity to spread their twisted messages, claimed that Hurricane Katrina was divine retribution for the sins of New Orleans. What the media conveniently left out was that this neighborhood had the highest percentage of black home ownership in all of New Orleans. It produced NFL player Marshall Faulk, rock pioneer Fats Domino, and actor John Larroquette. All that we saw after the water receded was devastation, homes beyond repair, and a no man's land that was under curfew long after other neighborhoods in New Orleans had it lifted. With its residents displaced, it was declared a no-go zone and off limits for the public. But what about the people that live there? What about the people that go to work every day and have nothing to do with any type of criminality? How come they never make the news? Is it fair to label a whole town as bad when most of the people there are good? How different is the media portrayal as to what the reality is? Everything seemed lost and gone forever, but little by little, residents started to come back to rebuild. Aid also arrived in the form of nonprofit foundations, such as Make It Right, founded by Brad Pitt. The foundation teamed up with Graft Architects to build 150 energy-efficient homes. Was the lower Ninth Ward as dangerous and abandoned as the media made it out to be? I had to find out for myself. My first stop was the Fats Domino house. Fats Domino was a major figure in New Orleans and a pioneer when rock music was starting out in the 50s. During Hurricane Katrina, and here it still stands, Fats Domino was a major icon in the music scene of New Orleans, and he's definitely helped pioneer rock music when in its infancy. I'm very proud to be standing in front of here. He's definitely an icon. He wrote and performed classics such as Ain't That a Shame and I'm Walkin'. When the lower Ninth Ward was underwater, he was rescued from this very house. I then walked from the Fats Domino house to the lower Ninth Ward Living Museum. By walking through, I got to see firsthand how this neighborhood is coming back. I was pleasantly surprised on how, for the most part, how tranquil everything was. Some of the homes here are actually in really nice condition, very well kept. Okay, we do have an empty lot here. And definitely some of the homes are not rehabbed. Okay, if anyone's wondering where I'm at exactly, I'm at the corner of Marais, and Eugenia. Pardon my pronunciation. French is not my first language. It is very quiet here, but it is a Saturday morning. And yes, some of the homes are elevated for flood reasons. Oh, that was an ambulance, by the way. Looks like something happened here. Someone died here, definitely. And basketball courts. I don't know if it was a traffic accident or someone got shot. It's like there was a traffic incident. I guess that's why we're upset. Hi. Good morning. Good, good. One style I do see quite often here is the shotgun shack style of homes. It's a pretty good example of one. For homes that tend to be very long and skinny. And it looks like a foundation for a house, a raised elevation here. I don't know if we're gonna build something here, but let's hope they do. That right there definitely looks like new construction, and this house looks like it's definitely needs to be rehabbed. When I arrived at the museum, I had a chance to talk to their social media director. He was a wealth of information, and I totally recommend that if you're in New Orleans to stop by here. I learned how it wasn't the actual hurricane that destroyed the city, but the levees breaking. After the storm passed, 3 major levee breaches flooded 80% of the city. This was a human-made disaster. The American Society of Civil Engineers called this the worst engineering catastrophe in history.
We're still here 14 years later after Katrina. You know, we still here showcasing what the city has to offer, what the Ninth Ward has to offer. You know, I mean, as you heard during Katrina, you would always hear these stories about the Ninth Ward during the storm.
But the worst stories.
About the worst stories.
The worst stories.
People, you know, looting, criminals coming down here, and post Katrina, you hear about that now, where like people like, oh, I don't want to come down, I don't want to live down there. You know, it's crime and all that, but that's a lot of propaganda. You know, I mean, prior before the storm, the Lower Ninth Ward was the population had the most homeowners, black homeowners.
Really?
In the whole, city. You know.
And the media never once showcased that.
The media never once showcased that. You know, and what's messed up, a lot of those homeowners weren't able to come back. You know, because of the destruction that happened here. You know, because of the water sitting here, because of the water levels, you know, being 12, 14 feet. You know, because of the levee breaking right there. You know, and post storm, a lot of corporations, you know, they want to focus on, like you said, the French Quarter, the downtown area. Sure. You know, they don't want to bring any of those businesses here, you know, because they feel like the perception, you know, oh, we're not going to be able to make any money here. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's messed up because, like I said, we had a lot of homeowners here. And there's still a lot of homeowners that came back. It's really like a neighborhood, feel, you know. Yeah. I mean, the fact that the Ninth Ward is so pushed back, it almost feels like the city is trying to just, keep it away from everything. You know, the neighborhood I'm from the east. You know, geographically, technically, it's under the Ninth Ward. Right. You know, we don't say we're from the Ninth Ward because we say we're from the east. You know, it's a New Orleans thing. You know, you had to be here.
Very territorial.
Very territorial, yeah, exactly. But you know, my neighborhood, we got the same amount of water, same here. You know, in my neighborhood before the storm, the east was a metropolitan area. You know, we had a mall, we had a movie theater, 3 hospitals, grocery stores, schools, you know, just department stores, you know, real economic opportunities for people to work, you know, for businesses to make money. You know, since, I mean, now the east is about, in the Ninth Ward, it's about 15 minutes, you know, because where y'all staying right now?
West Bank.
West Bank? Okay, y'all staying on the West Bank. Okay, so this is about probably 20 to 30 minutes from the West Bank. So from the east and from the Ninth Ward, you know, we had to come into the city now. You know, so we had to travel like 15 to 20 minutes to go to a decent grocery store, you know, to go to a movie theater, you know, to go to a decent mall, you know what I'm saying? So to even go to a decent school, you know. We still have a lot of schools in the Ninth Ward in the east, you know, in the area that a lot of kids going to. You know, are they the best schools? I mean, I don't really know. You know, I'm so far removed from elementary school and middle school. I do have a son, he's 6 months, but, you know, he's not ready to go to school yet. Appreciate that. So, you know, I wouldn't really know, but, you know, I know from hearing from people, a lot of people, they don't send their kids to school, you know, because they want, you know, a little bit better for them, you know, so, you know, it's sad to see, you know what I mean, but we still, you know, like I said, as you can see here, we still coming back strong, we still here, you know, we're still trying to make sure that, you know, places like this showcase the real history of what really happened, you know, because when you get into the background, the Katrina history, you're going to read a lot of stories that weren't talked about in the media, you know, a lot of stories that they tried to hide, you know, and the stories that did come out in the media, only a couple of publications posted them. You know what I'm saying? You know, or a couple of like documentaries that you had to really know about, to see, to really learn about it. You know, so that's what we want to provide here at the Lower Ninth Ward Living Museum. You know, we want to make sure that this is a place where you come and learn the real history and really get that real vibe of what New Orleans is about, what it has to offer. You know, I mean, it's such an amazing place, culture-wise, history-wise. You know,
Pat's Domino.
Right, Domino,
Yeah.
one of the greatest rock and roll artists, musicians of all time. You know what I'm saying? Came up in this neighborhood.
Right.
You know, exactly. I mean, and the next room, you know, we touch on Pat's Domino. You know, we touch on a couple other people, Mahalia Jackson. You know, another great artist from back in the day. You know, she originally is from Uptown.
Okay.
A lot of her roots were in the Ninth Ward. You know, we got a couple of actors from the Ninth Ward. You know, Mr. Magic, he was signed to No Limit on the Master P. You know, Ninth Ward artists. You know, so I mean, there's so many people. You know, so many people. Yeah.
The other clientele told me, like, if you go on Tennessee Street or Tennessee Avenue, you got the homes that Brad built.
Brad Pitt, yeah. The last room we have a little exhibit that talk about the make it right homes.
Okay.
You know, so he did come back after the storm. Shout out to Brad Pitt for that.
Okay.
I gotta blast them right now, but they do have like a lawsuit against the Make It Right Homes right now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, so the thing about the Make It Right Homes, it was a great idea. The execution long term though was lacking. You know, so they built the homes to coincide with the environment. You know, so they real like green homes. You know, when it rains, the rainwater trickles down and filters into clean water. Basically, you know, they got like solar panels, you know, for solar energy and everything. So, I mean, the materials of the home, as you can imagine, is when you're making a home like that, you know, are not as structurally sound as, you know, typical homes that are not built for environmental purposes. So, I mean, as of late, a lot of the homeowners have been complaining about the upkeep of the homes, you know, so it's a big lawsuit out. Brad Pitt has come out and said that he didn't know anything about that. Because of course, when you have organizations like this, they usually like to put somebody that's famous or with influence as a face of it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it works for him too for his philanthropic purposes, you know, whatever he had.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they're trying to make it right, you know.
Okay.
But you know, we'll see. I mean, it is cool to see. I mean, I'm a big fan of architecture, you know, so it's a lot of different architectural tones.
The shotgun shacks, I'm very appealing.
Yeah.
These old homes.
Yeah, that's traditional New Orleans architecture.
Yeah.
You know, shotgun style houses. I mean, you'll see them a lot in this neighborhood. You'll see them a lot in the Uptown neighborhood, and even on the West Bank in Old Algiers, which is one of the oldest neighborhoods in New Orleans.
Okay.
That's across the river. One of the first neighborhoods that was established. Because you know, when New Orleans was first founded, it was really just founded in the French Quarter area.
Right.
You know, it wasn't really intended to branch out to like the Ninth Ward and the East and these other neighborhoods because of we 5,000 feet below sea level. You know, the French Quarter is the highest part of the city. You know, and it was a port city, of course.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this was just swamp area.
Yeah.
You know, before it
Reclaimed land.
Exactly.
The lack of a better response from the government had plenty of blame to go around. It was clear that everyone from Mayor Nagin to Governor Blanco to FEMA Director Michael Brown were way in over their heads. The director of FEMA was appointed to his position in April 2004. While he is a well-educated attorney with political connections, he didn't have any type of experience dealing with disasters and came into national prominence with this famous quote from President Bush.
Again, I want to thank you all for, and Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. The FEMA director's working 24 hours.
10 days later, he resigned. Even during the cleanup, things got messy here. Over 90% of the contracts were awarded to companies outside of the states that were affected by Katrina. The federal government handed out no-bid contracts to all of their cronies, and some people got very wealthy because of this. The media coverage of the victims was also biased. Here's an example. The first photo shows a young black man wading through the water, and the article uses the word looting. The second photo shows a white couple doing the same exact thing, but the article uses the word finding. Words and images like this have far-reaching effects and influence our perception. After that, I walked down Tennessee Street. It's where most of the homes that were built by Brad Pitt's foundation are located. I was pleasantly surprised on how well kept many of the houses were here, and the different architectural styles definitely bring a unique flair to the neighborhood. Majority of the homes here were rebuilt through Brad Pitt's foundation, so we're gonna check out some of the homes here. I can see some of them look really nice and look very brand new, and hopefully this will be the rebirth of this neighborhood. Oh, FYI, many of the homes here have solar panels, so we're self-sustainable. This is a very interesting style. And as you can see, many of the homes are elevated just in case there's a future flood. It's amazing to think back how this whole area was underwater. And still a few vacant lots here. I really like this one with the vegetation growing up the side of it. After walking around the heat, I wanted to check out a local watering hole. I went to the adjacent town of Araby and over to the old Araby bar. It's a cool dive bar with live music, and they make a good muffaletta sandwich. This place is my seal of approval, and please stop by if you're in Araby. After that, I went back to the lower 9th Ward. While doing research on the neighborhood, I was told that Café Dauphine was the centerpiece of the neighborhood, but there was a wedding party being held there, so filming inside wasn't possible. Maybe another time. New Orleans is definitely known for its love of drinking, but so far in the lower 9th Ward I couldn't find any nightlife, but no worries. Right across the Industrial Canal in the Bywater neighborhood, I came across Parlot Beer Lab. It's a craft brewery with a great selection and a huge beer garden in the back. Parlot Beer Lab. I'm drinking one of their sour drinks. It's got some grapefruit flavoring to it. It's pretty good. But the reason I wanted to showcase this venue was that the Bywater area has been booming economically. It's been really picking up a lot. And it's just across the canal from the lower 9th Ward. And this place definitely deserves way more attention than, let's say, the French Quarter. It's much better, and I prefer this way more than Bourbon Street by so much more. So let's take a quick walk around. It's pretty cool. You can see where we make the beers. Very friendly dog. Okay, and here's their menu. And they do have an outdoor beer garden. I had no idea they made tacos here. They're gonna take a quick walk around. The staff here made me feel welcome, and I wanted to stay longer, but right around the block is Bacchanal Fine Wine and Spirits. This is the go-to spot in the Bywater. It was featured on the TV show Best Bars in America. Great people watching, and the wine selection is outstanding. They had live jazz here when I was there, and I also highly recommend this place. The next morning I went back to Araby and hit up Gerald's Cafe, and their breakfast was awesome. It's all locals here, and they are famous for their donuts. I went back to exploring the lower 9th Ward. St. Maurice Roman Catholic Church, one of the parishes here in the lower 9th Ward. It looks like it's closed though, so it looks like it's no longer active. I do some research to check out the history of this church, like if it was closed after Hurricane Katrina or what happened after that. So I guess I gotta dig deeper. Alright, what a shame. It looks like a unique piece of architecture here. This is a very unique surprise. I did not expect to find a convent here in the middle of the lower 9th Ward, but here it is. Convent of the Perpetual Adoration, Holy Child Jesus Academy. Totally unexpected. I did not expect to see this. Unfortunately, the gates are locked. It's very peaceful around here. I went back to exploring the lower 9th Ward, and I ran into Gail Hardy. She's a New Orleans native who lost her house to Katrina, and she was relocated. I found her story fascinating. She lost her house, and the church that she used to attend is still in ruins, but she was at peace with everything and loves to chat it up with whoever's walking by. She was so nice and welcoming that she even drove me to the exact spot where the levees broke and where her old house stood. I felt like I could have devoted this whole episode just for her. Ms. Gail Hardy, if you're watching this, I want to thank you again.
And I learned when I was in 4th grade. I went to swimming lessons, and then from them swimming lessons, I learned do my swimming lesson and other little things I learned on my own mind thing. How to trade, that's the main thing to keep you up on top of that water. And I did it all. Was on swimming team, but when you in a disaster with a storm with a lot of water, you better know how to swim and at least try to swim your way out of it or do whatever you can do in swimming. But then they got all kind of little creatures in that water coming from
The river.
Snakes, alligators. Oh man, they got everything in the water, you know, that's coming from out here, you know. But I've been here all my life again, you know. I'm not gonna take nothing away. We done been through it with the storms and hurricanes, but I'm not gonna take anything away from it, cause this is my roots right here. This is where I wants to be, you know. And right now, where I'm living at, I'm peaceful, cause this is a nice, quiet spot on this.
It is. It absolutely is.
My brother here across the street, he found this for us, and my brother and I live here. My brother, he's sick with his nerves, but he's quiet. He used to wonder, you know, walk out the house and everybody know about him. You know, they know he's mentally,
Right.
and they'll bring him back home. So now the doctor got a bracelet.
Okay, like a tracking device?
Yeah, that go kick off in the house, or they will kick off by my brother's house. But right now, I don't have problems with him. I take him walking myself. You know?
Okay.
He's water. He's afraid of. Like if I walk him up the levee, and he know they got water. He know in his mind they got water up there. He turned back around. He don't want to go. So I told him no problem, because I know that water thing comes back from the storms.
It's amazing. Your house isn't there anymore.
It's gone.
Wow.
It's gone. Katrina moved it. It had little years on it, because we added on. It was a 3-bedroom house when my father bought it, but after they died, my daddy died and stuff, we added on 2 more bedrooms, so we had a 5-bedroom. And these are my neighbors. These my neighbors from Katrina. They still here. The lady sitting on the porch and this lady right here. That's my neighbors. They still here. But that's not the original house. She rebuilt her house. This the original house to your right over here.
Right.
Their house didn't move.
And this empty lot, I guess there used to be a house here, right?
Yes, it was. Everywhere you see lots, and everywhere you see a lot with the grass cut,
Right.
Rural Home own that.
Okay.
Rural Home bought that from us. When you see lots with grass, that's people lots and they just don't care. They gone. They gone somewhere else, and they're not worrying with it. And I want to show you the plat.
Sure.
How you doing? How you doing? I'm touring. That's what I do, letting people know about Katrina. I always got to come back here because this is my roots back here. Hi, Miss June. She see me all the time. Hi, Chanelli.
Hello.
Chanelli, baby. Yeah, that's my neighbors there.
Okay.
Yeah, they still here. They came back after Katrina.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's my neighbors. They came back after Katrina. And you see, everybody came back. I don't know who lived in this house. Mr. Smith, this was his house, but they remodeled it, but that's his land. He come back. This about everybody on this side own. On that other side, they got people, some people own, but not too many. Mostly back here, people own. See, this is how they building the houses now.
Right, so...
They're building them up high. I wouldn't even trust this. That water knocked that down. I wouldn't trust that. They gotta have that pilot down in there. I wouldn't trust this. That water coming underneath there, them tires coming from that canal, they strong. You gotta knock that down. Okay, we're gonna keep straight now.
Yes.
We're gonna see, I'm gonna show you exactly where this house stayed. That little brick house right there stayed. They didn't move. Them two right there didn't move. Oh, the brick house right there behind my house, that one didn't move. See, some people's houses, I don't know, maybe I don't know why. They took ours, swept it off the feet. But I lived in Texas for 5 years with my little money I had. My money ran out, I'm going back home. Okay, this brick house on the corner, that house didn't move. See this one right here?
Okay, I see, yes.
See all these trees and weeds back here?
Right.
The city need to do something about this. But this was people's property, and they not doing nothing with it. You know, if they won't sell it to rural home. Rural home will keep your land cut. They go like our grass where we at. That's a rural home property. The yard is cut, stays cut. Okay, now I'm gonna show you where we're going back here. Where we going straight up ahead? You see where that wall?
Yes.
Okay, that's your industrial canal. They built that wall after Katrina.
Okay.
We didn't have that wall during Katrina.
That's a shame.
So that wall supposed to block the water, but I don't believe that. Myself, all these trees, all this back here was houses. People just didn't come back. See, like this is the little house I wouldn't be able to stay back here. Just one house. No, this was these two houses. So this is Jordan Avenue. Okay, this is your industrial canal. I'm making a left right here. All this used to be a canal where that grass is.
Right.
That used to be water. Okay? There was a little canal where we used to go and get the little fish poles and go catch us some little bitty fishes and some tadpoles and different stuff when we were small. We used to jump over the levee. That wall that's sitting there, that big old brick wall.
Right.
That wall came after Katrina. Why? Because they figured that wall go block that water, but it's not go block that water. Okay, that's what man-made thinking. That the water come over that wall. That wall is okay. This is your plat. We're gonna get out. I'm gonna let you take a picture of your plat. You see that green plat?
Yes.
Let's go tell you about Katrina. Now go ahead, because I'm about to pull. And this here is the industrial. I want you to get out and take a picture of it.
Okay, Sunday afternoon, taking a walk through the Holy Cross neighborhood. This is extremely quiet place, part of the lower 9th Ward, and yet the media never covers this neighborhood. I find it to be very charming, people are friendly, and definitely not what the media presents with the looting and all the horrible violence that was portrayed after Hurricane Katrina. So, totally different narrative here. My favorite site in the lower 9th Ward were the Steamboat houses. They were built by a ship's captain in the fashion of a steamboat, and then he built another house in the same fashion for his son. These homes are the crowning jewels of the lower 9th Ward and definitely make for great photographs. Well, it is really nice. Both are privately owned, by the way. But this is the part of the lower 9th Ward that no one sees, that the media doesn't cover. No, but really nice. Very impressed. Okay, now we're gonna check out the other one, the one that the captain built for his son. It looks even nicer. It's not as wooded, or should I say it's not as covered in vegetation as the other one. So, much more clear shot. Wow. This is really impressive. And right over there is the Mississippi River. These are the levees. Tell us, Terry, do you see the boats in the distance? How you doing? What a gorgeous house. That's why everyone's driving so slow here. Not every street is like this, but quite a few of them are. Still a lot of work to do. Later on that day, I came across Mercedes' place. It's a local bar, and they made me feel like family. It's another locals-only spot, way off the beaten path. Hi, Mike. You said
Matt Gibson.
Matt Gibson. Okay. Cool. So you said you're the son of Mercedes.
Yes, I'm
Awesome.
the son. I'm the
Cool.
second oldest son. of Mercedes.
Wow. Okay. How many are in the family?
10.
Wow.
10. 2 is deceased. So
Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that.
yes.
Okay. And wow, yeah. I was, it was so hot out. We had to come inside for a cold drink.
Okay, cool. Cool.
But let me get
That's
some
my
stuff.
sister.
How you doing?
Michelle.
How you doing, man?
Family.
Okay, I'm Mike.
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay.
And that's my nephew, Joseph.
Okay. How you doing, Joseph?
All right, how you doing?
I'm Mike. Okay.
My cousin's brother, Evans.
Okay.
And I'm Sharon, of course.
Okay.
New Orleans, Jackson.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Mercedes' daughter, second oldest.
Second oldest. Great.
Fourth child out of 10.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Cool. And if I can ask, how long has this bar been here?
Oh, the bar been, how many years?
35 years. Oh,
30
how long this bar been?
Yeah, how long has the bar been here?
About 100 years.
What? Wow.
Yes, this is historic district.
Yes. Yeah, I know it's a historic district, but the 100-year-old bar.
Yeah.
Wow. That is incredible.
And this, I believe my mother's the third owner.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mr. Oda bought it from his white guy, the original owner. Yeah, my mother's the third owner.
Wow.
It's a bar / house. It's the house too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the dining room, the kitchen,
Can we get a picture of that?
2 bedrooms, and another living
Wow.
room.
Wow, so that's a private residence and a bar. Wow.
Right. Very rare.
Very rare, yeah. Is that where the family lives?
Yeah. That's where my mother's lived.
Okay.
Back.
Wow. Awesome.
One of our houses. We got another one in the country.
Okay.
We had to get another house, Katrina.
Of course. Of course.
So,
Wow.
stuff we went through after that, we bought another house in our hometown, so we don't have to go through what we went through.
Right. Where's your hometown?
Franklin, Louisiana.
Franklin, Louisiana. Okay.
25 miles out of Morgan City.
Okay.
15 miles from New Iberia. 35 miles from Lafayette.
Okay. Wow. Sounds like it's out in the country.
Yeah, about an hour, 45-minute ride from here.
Okay. Okay.
About 10 of us here by ourselves, 1969 Oldsmobile
Wow.
with $20.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
We've been here since 1969.
Yeah.
All 10 of us.
Wow. In the bar, I met Barry Buxton. He's a contractor who builds homes, and the damage from Katrina keeps him busy. He also lost his home and rebuilt it. I totally admire his work ethic, and I wish him the best. It's hard workers like him that are rescuing New Orleans. So, you've been rehabbing a lot of the homes here in the lower 9th Ward?
Well, I'm painting the one across the street right there now.
Okay.
We're doing now. I did some before, after Katrina.
Wow.
On this side.
And it looks like a lot of people are starting to move back little by little.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I did notice, there's still a few empty lots here.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be a while before we all get filled up.
Yeah, people gotta buy them.
Okay.
Gotta build houses.
Okay.
A lot of people now, but on the other side, upper 9, they building houses.
Actually.
And that's what I do for a living. I work for
Excellent.
both other construction, plus I have my own construction company.
Right, so that's Barry Buxton Construction, please.
Barry Buxton Construction.
Okay.
Yeah, you can Google me, my name, and pull up my company.
Awesome, love it.
Yeah, I build them
And-
from the house, from the ground up, and I remodel them. Whatever is needed, that's what I do.
And when Katrina hit, how bad did you lose your home?
I had 7 foot of water in my house.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 foot of water. I live in the upper 9,
Yeah.
and I had 7 foot of water.
Wow. But the house is still standing?
Oh, I rebuilt it back.
You rebuilt
I
it
redid
yourself? Wow.
Yeah, myself.
Wow. That's
I'm still living in it.
wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm doing it. That's what I do every week. I got somebody's house to work on. I'm still working on houses from Katrina.
Still, I believe you.
Every week I have a house to work on. I work 7 days a week. 5 days for both brothers, and the weekends for me.
Wow.
On somebody else's house.
Yeah, because I still notice still a lot of empty lots. Still, I mean, the houses that have come up look really nice.
Yeah, they're building new houses all over now.
And I noticed a lot of them are being elevated too.
Yeah, you got to now.
Okay.
Because the water it still floods. When it rains now, it floods.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, but and the way the lower Ninth Ward is portrayed in the media after they just showed only the looting and the bad, but no one's showing the rebuild.
No.
That doesn't make the news.
It's coming back.
It is. I absolutely see it's coming back.
As you see, it's quiet now.
Absolutely.
It's quiet. And this is where I hang at. When I want to relax, this is where I come to most of these places. Drink my beer, then I go home.
Sounds good, but the media doesn't show that.
No, they're never around.
True, because
they're never around.
It's two rules I know. Bad news travels fast, and it sells.
It sells. It does.
And but no one will come here
You can come in and have a drink any day. Any color. It don't matter your skin color.
Oh, look at me and look at you.
That's what I'm saying. You come in and nobody treats you different.
Exactly.
Sit down and drink and be merry.
By the way, I came in here and I was treated like family. I met the owner, and they could have been nicer,
and when
kinder.
the food is finished, they'll feed you.
Yes, I was offered some food. Too bad.
That's what they're going to do is feed you. Yeah.
I had such a large breakfast. I'm still full from it, so I had to pass on it.
Yeah.
But it's just the hospitality you get in New Orleans is.
Well, they portray this as a bad spot.
Always, and it's a real shame.
But it's not. It's not.
Definitely not. And even at nighttime, I mean, it's.
I'm here.
Right.
You don't need a weapon to walk around.
No.
Just do what you do and get out and leave.
Right. Just be yourself.
That's all you gotta do.
Okay.
Yeah. As you can see, it's quiet.
Absolutely. I haven't heard.
Game day. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Yes, I can imagine.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
This Saints country.
Yeah, that's it.
When it got dark outside, I decided to walk around the lower Ninth Ward at night by myself. My only complaint was that there weren't enough streetlights, but it was extremely quiet, and no one at all bothered me, and not once did I not feel safe. Here we are in the lower Ninth Ward, and it is 8:30 p.m. I'm gonna go for a walk. This neighborhood was really, really quiet during the day. I'm gonna see if it's still as quiet at night. I don't hear a sound. This is actually the front of a museum I visited earlier. Can't see anything, but I'm gonna go for a walk. Unfortunately, there's not too many street lights. By the way, I'm on Claiborne Avenue right now. This is one of the main thoroughfares of the lower Ninth Ward. And that's it. Absolutely nothing happened to me. I don't even see anyone outside. This area is really, really quiet. Very calm. The reputation that the media gives this neighborhood is totally undeserved. All right, well, I guess that's it. So all in all, what is my opinion of the lower Ninth Ward? It's definitely on the rise, and the fact that people here are still carrying on the tradition of owning and building their homes makes me optimistic. New Orleans is definitely rebounding, and it's a city that has given America so much. Whether it's in its music, its culture, or cuisine, I appreciate the city. The media presented an image to us that the lower Ninth Ward was lost forever, dead and buried. The media was wrong. You can't kill the spirit of this neighborhood. I'll definitely return one day, and by all means, I'll visit the lower 9th Ward. I want to thank everyone to help me record this video, especially to all the small businesses and to Miss Gail Hardy. If you want me to continue making these videos, please hit like and subscribe. Also, I want to hear from the viewers what other cities you want me to cover, so please feel free to comment. Join me in my next episode. We're going to Baltimore.